So things seem to be going very well for the Livonian Order, almost 30 odd years into the game. The recent war against Sweden, I've acquired a lot of territory, which I'm currently about to core up after I've burnt off some of my war exhaustion. I also want to start another war against Muscovy. We're no longer at truce. They're still quite a powerful nation, which I need to take down a notch, otherwise it could be a threat in future. Giving territory from them to Novgorod could cause issues, although Novgorod is more under control these days, but that's still pretty high, that Liberty Desire. If it goes over 50%, then they could, of course, potentially declare independence, and they wouldn't support me in any wars I got myself into. The alliance system I currently have seems to be very strong. I'm allied to Hungary, Poland and Novgorod. Lithuania is hostile, so they could definitely be an issue in future. That's another reason why I need to take down Muscovy and, well, Sweden as well once the truce runs out. If Lithuania, Muscovy and Sweden all allied and went against me, then that could definitely cause issues. Poland is going to become more hostile to me in future, definitely. So, same dynasty as here, we must have... Ah, right, so, yeah. Poland and Lithuania have the same dynasty. Monarchs look very good as well. Well, incredibly good in fact. Not sure I've ever been so lucky with getting that many monarch points. Now this is actually the first video I believe I've recorded since actually putting videos onto YouTube, so I've had tons of comments, especially on one certain topic, and that's culture shifting to Latvian. Now I believe I am able to do that still, but currently it's not actually saying I can here. You can see here it mentions that Latvian is not the dominant culture, but I think that will come back on now shortly once I start to run the clock. So I've put that back on, so it should pop up. The dominant culture thing, what it means, if I'm, well, I hope I'm correct on this, basically you need that culture to have the most provinces. Currently Latvian culture has 5 provinces within my empire, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there is no other culture type that has more provinces. Prussian is 4, so it's Riga and those 3 provinces there. Russian 1, Estonian 3, Finnish 3, but they're not called, so I'm not sure if that matters or not. There's 3 Swedish provinces and 2 Sami, so Latvian is the most dominant culture in terms of province numbers, and that's all that matters, apart from the other conditions here. Stability, peace, and not a subject nation, which I all qualify for. So let's actually run the clock for a day, and hopefully this pops up now, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be wondering why. So, wait a day. Kazan announced Muscovy as a new rival. Right, it hasn't yet, so let's wait a month. Okay, military leader just died. Okay, I'm starting to get a bit worried about this. So I should probably hire another one straight away while my army tradition is high. You can see they're fully maintained forts as well. I don't actually have enough forts to keep it at 1 because I've just gone over 150 development mark. I believe I mentioned this in an annotation, but for every 50 development you get, you need another fort to keep the maximum 1 army tradition. So I currently need 4 instead of 3 because we're just over that amount. So let's hire a new general anyway. Okay. He looks pretty good. So let's put him there. Oh, and what's that? Right, so I was right. Accept culture shift as for some reason just popped up. It was supposed to pop up as I said. So we can now culture shift to Latvian. Now if I'm going to do this, I'm definitely going to want to spread my culture. One good thing about being a Livonian Order is their ideas are particularly good. The last one here on the traditions actually gives you culture conversion costs, and there's a variety of ways you can actually get that. So I'm probably going to at least convert some provinces over to my culture and develop those Latvian provinces, I believe. There's still a number of options I could take in this Let's Play though. I could become Russia, turn my culture to Russian even later on after I've gone Latvian, or even likewise become Scandinavia. I could turn it back at some point to Prussian if I own enough Prussian provinces, but I'm not going to do that now. The demand has definitely been for me to turn Latvian, and I should thank you as well for all the comments and all of the likes to all the early videos I've had so far. Right, so should I do that now is the big question. I don't think I need to yet. I should probably wait for a tiny bit longer because that's going to lower my stability by 5. This definitely isn't really a good idea. This is just for flavour, really. Losing 5 stability and having a culture that is smaller in number terms than Prussian probably isn't the best way to go, but it should make for an interesting game. So I'm going to wait until I've burnt this off, got enough admin points to raise my stability and core my provinces. So I should probably try and figure out how much I need there. So 50, 100, 125, 175, 200. That's 325. I need to raise my which I've got enough for. I need to raise my stability by at least 3. So I probably need about 600-ish points. So that's probably when I'll wait to. Right, so... and let's run the clock properly. I've been talking a heck of a lot here. I think I've left maintenance on. I don't believe I need it on for any reason, do I? Okay. And there's also one province which I might lower the autonomy on. Let's check something out here. It's Swedish. Should I? No, I'll leave Finland. Okay. The numbers for revolt risk are wrong when you actually load into a game. So they were wrong before. It was much higher, but yeah, that's okay. Right, so making claims against Sweden. I think I need to make one claim against Muscovy at some stage. I can use Novgorod's claims on Muscovy to start a war against them. That isn't going, thankfully. So, missions. Conquer Peskov. Let's get that back as well. Okay, so diplomat has arrived. Now I'd love some help against Muscovy, but I don't think I'm going to get it. Georgia and Perm. Georgia might be able to get up here through the Golden Horde, I'm not sure. Austria. Distant war, so that's not going to happen. Distant war. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Wow, they're really in debt. And that's distant war as well. I have checked what Muscovy looks like on here. So they have 18,000 troops. I mean, I have that on my own currently, but they have a lot of manpower. I believe they're almost at their manpower cap though. So if we go to this screen, you can see that's their manpower cap. So with me in Novgorod, 35,000 troops, even with their manpower. What's the military attack? 6. What's mine? 7 or 8? 7, we're 10 years ahead. A lot of people have been asking me about development as well. I am going to develop at some point, just when I've got the excess points. I'll mention more about it later on though. So we lost the claim on Allnet, which I no longer need. We can get another idea, but I'm obviously saving up my admin points, so I'm not going to do that. Money's coming up nicely now. I'm even tempted to hire that guy in a bit. With this diplomat though, let's start a claim on Muscovy. Oh, I can do 2, can I? I don't need that one, no. Let's do Peskov. Small chance of getting caught. They're miles over there. Well, do I need that? I don't think I would take it in the next war anyway, because I can't convert it. No, I'll just take those claims for Novgorod, I think. So I'm not going to bother with that. Let's improve relations with Lithuania, is it? Try and get them back on terms. Unhappiness among the clergy. Gain 10 papal influence, or 10 prestige, and lose papal influence. Now I think it can go to minus. I don't want to lose that prestige. Let's gain a prestige. I still may need prestige to tackle Novgorodians. That's gone up recently again. Yeah, it's not good. Okay, claim of Sweden's getting done. How much am I off this manpower cap? Claim fabricated. I think I might start the war against Muscovy then once I've sorted out all this situation here. I could have rebellions in the middle of the war, which would be very bad. So lose local autonomy in Nyland, gain local unrest for 10 years. Nyland definitely isn't pacified at the moment, so I'm not sure that's a good idea, sadly. I'm going to gain the devotion, I think, which I don't actually need. Okay. Right, diplomats arrive back from Sweden. Let's keep on making claims. Let's fabricate claim. Let's do that one. Okay. Being 10 years ahead in military tech, I'm going to have excess military points in a bit to use for development, so plan on doing that. Let's cap that. Let's cap with Lithuania. Okay, I get... right, we're almost there. So we get 25% off coring cost here, so this should be... what's 13... well, it's either 7 or 8, isn't it? So it should be 23 or 22? It's already at 23. See if it goes down to 22. So 7.5, isn't it? So let's improve relations. Poland. Temple got completed. Might make a fort next to keep my army tradition high. Although, that'll cost me more money, won't it? Oh, brilliant. So, foreign noble. Along with a great mind for diplomacy, military advancement and administration, the heir to Landmeister Heinrich Jagiellon also brought alliances and connections to foreign courts that might prove indispensable. Gain 50 diplomatic power. Capture Hungary. So, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape, actually, when we convert culture shift to Latvian. Hopefully, anyway. Right, so let's increase that. So in a couple of months I'll core up once this is gone. Or 1 more month. Swedish separatists. I've got a feeling that maybe I should take down Finland because I'm going to be taking more Swedish territory, aren't I? I should have done so. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Because if I take more Swedish territory, it would be quite high. I'd rather not have rebellion issues, to be honest, especially when I'm in a war with Muscovy. So let's raise the autonomy here. Less money and stuff, but not the end of the world. Money's increased a bit recently anyway. So that's down to 0 now. So that's like, yeah, it's down to 22. So I took 8 off, 7.5 rounded up. So I should core all of this now. I don't believe it's going to affect this by doing this. No. Right, so I've got 292. So that's 2 or 3. That's probably 2 increases in stability. I will do culture shift now, although it's only 2, which I wanted 3. That's 44%. Any other considerations here now? I don't believe so. Okay. So culture shift. We can no longer form the German nation now or become Prussia, unless I switch back. But if I wanted to become Russia or Sweden, Scandinavia I should say, later on I could if I wanted to. So let's culture shift. Right, so stability dropped by 5, and as you can see here now, we are now Latvian. Estonian, I believe, yeah, it's accepted. That hasn't changed it. Prussian makes up 45% of the population, which is more than Latvian. So that's going to become accepted. The percentage amounts do not matter at all for culture shift. So I think that proved. So let's boost stability. Ooh, it is expensive. Overextension. Crap, I forgot about that. So we're getting... Yeah, I knew I was going to get religious unity one, but not the overextension one. I will increase this now then, but I probably should have waited a bit longer. So I'm costing myself an extra 38 points by doing those stability increases. So national unrest is going to be a bit on here for a bit, but it's only Swedish separatist which are causing issues currently. So let's get these stuff called, go after Muscovy. Now those two could ally, but yeah, so that might be a good reason to actually start this war sooner rather than later. How long is it going to take? 1485. A couple of years. I think I should wait a couple of years. Right, Prussian becomes accepted, so now we get all the benefits from that, some more money in effect. Money wise, oh actually that has gone down, but it probably hasn't taken account yet of Prussian being accepted. It should go back up next month hopefully. So this won't have cost me anything financially, in theory. At least short term. Autonomy. Now what else can we do on here? You can see that the German nation's gone off. You can still become Kurland though. That isn't linked to what culture you are. I could have been, well, Chinese and become Kurland actually. All it matters is that you're the Livonian order, or I believe Livonia, which is a new revolter tank nation, which you can't actually see their shields here, which is strange, and with Estonia you can, and they're a revolter nation as well, so I'm not sure why that is. Someone mentioned to me that Livonia exists. I didn't actually know when I started this game. But it looks like it might be bugged, so I don't think there's any way that I could become Livonia, sadly. Right, Denmark made peace with the Hansa. Schleswig has been lost by them. So Hansa's doing... Is it Schleswig or Schleswig? Pomerania is in that war against Denmark. Yeah, there's not much left of Denmark these days. Let's put time up a bit. Bohemia. I should probably be saving that up to get Diplotech, pacify Novgorod. I could culture convert some stuff now. I may culture convert that one before I get a ton of bonuses because it's quite cheap, and even that one. The culture cost is actually related to the development, so that it's actually quite expensive these days if you don't have any modifiers. If I go religious later on, at the end of the religious ideas, you actually get culture conversion minus. There's also an idea if you go for influence ideas and have religious as well. There's a minus 20% on here somewhere, but you have to spend 120 Diplo points over 10 years to actually get it, so it's not so good. If you get a monopoly in fish, the trade goods, then you actually get minus 10% culture cost as well. So all of those could be good ideas if I want to do a lot of culture conversion. The cultures in the area that don't have many provinces, Sami, Karelian, Finnish, Estonian, so I might want to culture convert them to Latvian and develop all of those areas at some stage. That's my current plan. So Scotland, now it's Denmark's a rival. Let's return from Bohemia. Let's increase relations with... I don't think there's any chance I can get an alliance with Golden Horde, so I'm not going to do them. Let's do Hungary. Oh, I did them recently. Austria. Okay, it's actually a bit low. Okay, well that's unexpected. There's a war of succession between Austria and Bohemia by the looks of it. That's not good, probably. So, not good at all. So 26th of December, I probably prefer all of these to remain independent. If I could keep Austria-Hungary on side to have a succession, then it would be a great help against this lot, but... Right, so they're currently under Austria, and I'm allied to Austria, so it's going to be... Austria is the... isn't the empire these days, Bohemia is, but... although they have an amazing force limit, they don't have the money to get the troops there, so Austria's probably stronger. Who are they allied to? Austria's allied to France. If France gets involved, then that'd be great. I don't want to take an active role in this. I don't want to lose my manpower. I want to start a war against Muscovy. So I can honour this on the 26th of December, so I'm going to wait until then. And you should wait as well, because your autonomy doesn't lower when you're at war, I believe, so let's get a couple of extra months in. See how the war develops as well. Yeah, we don't have an alliance with them anymore in effect, do we? So I need to cancel that. That actually means I can have another relationship slot. Which is kind of good, but yeah, I think I want them to would have wanted them to remain independent. I cancel military access. So who should I try and ally now? Not Bohemia, because we're going to be at war with them in a minute. Pomerania? Possible. Hansa may even be possible. Who does Poland dislike? Bohemia, Austria, Ottomans. What do they dislike? Steel, Poland, Ottomans. Yeah, Pomerania or Hansa are probably allied to. Maybe even Brandenburg. Yeah, I can see me trying to ally with the Hansa in a bit. Okay, that's a big development. Lithuania are now at war with the Golden Horde, so they're probably going to expand their territory over here. Did Genoa start it off, or did the Golden Horde? Genoa kicked it off. Okay. So it looks like Austria's won in there already. Alright, let's accept.